in the big bilge tank. We'll keep you in the know in the big bilge tank. We'll fix your techie woes and we'll break things and we'll make things so we're all together raking and we'll raise a cup of grog down in the big bilge tank. In the big bilge tank. Come and join our pirate crew in the big bilge tank.
We will show you what to do.
And we'll hack it till we crack it.
And we'll tell the world about it and forget to tidy up.
That's why it's now a bilge tank.
Hello!
Hi!
Welcome to Bilge Tank 076. We've been on a journey of audio madness over the last few weeks, and we have the partially deconstructed fruits of those labours assembled before us, and also Paul has finished his Madden P-IKEA-de.
I finished the drill holes and stuck stuff to the chair, and it's vaguely in shape.
It
I just
looks
haven't-
pretty good, actually.
But I wanted to save the last bit of showing people how you hook up anything to the inputs of the audio on the P-IKEA-de app, and then how you would hook that up to your TV or screen, just so it's slightly instructional.
So basically you'd sit cross-legged in front of this stall just gaming on the ground, something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Maybe on one of those gamer beanbags.
Yeah.
They're the ones I mean that are weirdly
Well, I like
shaped.
those, or the ones you have on airplanes where you just kind of fold it there and just lean on it. They're all pretty good.
Lazy Boy, is that the?
Oh, yeah. That's how I code
That's
at
the
home.
brand name, isn't it? The Lazy Boy's the big kind of leather armchair thing that's got all the cup holders. And
This is in my attic at home. I've got my PC set up there, and I do have a Lazy Boy that I can run.
I can't type from here!
It's got kind of the really, heavy mechanical keyboard and all that set up. Yeah, because mechanical keyboards, hopefully we'll be doing something with that soon. Anyway, yeah. What should we start with?
we'll start with the radio because this
Okay.
is a bit of a teaser. So, where did you get this, Paul?
Found it in one of the antique shops in Whitby while gothing it up.
Like
So
you do.
This is a Roberts R600 radio. It is about almost 60 years old, I think. It's kind of early 60s.
Is that when they first kind of came out? Or is that the only time they were produced?
I think they were produced for quite a while,
Okay.
so probably sort of 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's one of their most popular models. So the other one is the one that's got kind of the more kind of rounded corners, if you know.
Yeah.
And kind of like a kind of more sort of oblong cutout on the front of it. So I spent yesterday ripping it apart. And the plan is to basically keep the original speaker. So that is a 5 ohm speaker.
I was just written on a pen.
But the sound quality from these old speakers is really, really nice. So we want to try and keep that.
Are you going with like that vintage audiophile sound? Are you going to put a valve in there?
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far.
Don't kill me.
So the plan is to hook a speaker fat up to it, so drive the speaker from the speaker fat.
Yeah. So the speaker fat, we designed it so that we found a speaker which was the largest we could find that would fit on the bottom of a fat. It's pretty tinny sounding, but it's great sound for something so small, and it makes for a really good small footprint when you're building it into projects, and that's really really important.
Yeah.
But you don't. It's a 3-watt amp, which is way too powerful for that speaker. So you can hook this up. You've seen us in like 2 episodes ago, hooking it up to
giant speaker.
a good 10-inch kind of guitar speaker. So we're pretty happy it'll drive this very nicely.
Yeah.
You don't have to use the speaker we include, and because it's kind of cheap and it has the VU meter, it's a good VFM for projects.
Yeah.
Are you going to show the meter on the top?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm not quite sure about that yet.
Right.
You could build a custom meter with an SN with the what's it called 18-channel breakout.
Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at how it all kind of goes together. So this metal bit is basically
That's
the
pretty significant stamped metal.
the
isn't it?
top, what the top panel fits into. So that sits in there.
Mm-hmm.
I've put it in back to front, so it goes in that way.
Nobody would have known.
So then you've got the cutouts for the buttons there. So originally they would select the. So you've got the tone.
Do you want to get the actual mechanism you've pulled out, the close up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Here we go.
Let me just pop that up in the corner there. Hey, there we go.
Those are some.
So
very,
these are
very
the-
old school style buttons.
Yeah. So the two end ones, I've actually taken the cap off one of them. So stick that back on.
They've seen better days.
Yeah, the two end ones are kind of like click on off switches.
Yep.
And then the other three centre ones are the kind of
mutually exclusive
kind
wave
of
selection.
like gang switch type things.
How many contacts have they got on them? That's quite a lot.
Lots, yeah.
This is where you're supposed to actually wire the circuit through the switch, isn't it?
This is amazing. The circuitry on these boards is just really amazing.
Organic.
All hand soldered, obviously.
I'm trying to figure out where the mutually exclusive mechanism comes in there. It's
Yeah, I
quite
was trying to
cleverly
work.
hidden.
I was trying to work that out as well, but
It's got to be inside the.
because there's no when you look at it there's no kind of physical. It must be in that metal bit there.
You
The
reckon?
thing that I think so.
Well, at the moment we can't use it. You're going to replace it with something else, aren't you?
Yeah.
It could just be
So,
a little plate that slides back and forth
so-
and latches them down.
So those switches were to the middle ones to select between medium wave, long wave, and VHF.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got this panel's really nice, the top panel, but I'm actually going to laser cut a new one from a bit of black 1mm perspex, and then this is 3mm
Little
thick,
numbered stickers on it.
and then a 2mm clear piece on top.
Well, what we can actually do, we've got the transparency overhead stuff that we got from Matt Brailsford.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna etch the back of the top clear plate
Mm-hmm.
and then have that sitting on top of a black one, so it should look quite like text.
Sweet.
Anyway, so that's the plan.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to call it the R600, obviously. So I'll do some kind of nice branding stuff on that as well.
Yep.
So I have also got some new knobs that are kind of fairly faithful to the original ones. So the original ones are there. So they're a bit scratched up, really.
Yeah,
so
seen better days.
I've got some new ones that are kind of not quite the same, but good enough.
So the new one, is that metal, your new one, and the old one's kind of coated plastic?
It is aluminium, this old one.
Okay.
It's just got really scratched up on the top. It's aluminium on the top and then plastic on the side.
Right.
And I've also got some trim potentiometers that I'm going to fit for the volume. And I've got some new buttons as well.
You're doing a full retrofit.
Yes, I'm gonna try to make it look as much like the original radio as possible, but with other stuff inside it, with a Pi Zero, a speaker fat, probably an Enviro fat, I think, to read the trim potentiometer for the volume,
You can have it report the internal temperature.
and then probably just hook the buttons up direct to the GPIO that's left over.
Okay. Cool.
So that's the plan. And
Yep.
this, I think, this is the most amazing bit of the stuff that I hacked out. You can see the resistors are all hand painted. The bands on the resistors are all hand painted.
Ludicrous.
It's really lovely. And then the circuitry on the back again is all this kind of
Well, they're very meandering.
higgledy-piggledy
We
spaghetti.
couldn't get
bits.
this to work or do anything, could we, when we first turned it on?
And then you've got I think this is a rheostat. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically the bit that tunes the radio. So that is. I'm also going to have the power coming in the back. So there was a this panel fits in there.
Oh, that's nice though.
I'm gonna remove this bit, replace it with a bit of perspex, and then have the power going in the back.
Okay.
And then probably have a clear plate on the bottom of it so you can see in the bottom.
Good for
so
jams and
that's-
things.
Yeah, so that's the plan.
Yep. Brilliant.
Yep.
Cool. So if you've got any more stuff like that we want to see about it, we think the speaker fat can launch 1 million of these retrofits with speakers in. It's a good kit for that. Cool.
Yep.
Right, so Pi-IKEA-de?
Parkade.
So last week I started this off with limited success. But here it is. We've actually now got the controls embedded into an IKEA stool.
You need a close-up camera for this.
I was thinking the name for it should be P-IKEA-de, but spelled P-I-K-E-A-D-E. Yeah? Does that work? P-IKEA-de.
IKEA.
P-IKEA-de.
IKEA.
Yeah.
But there's just so many IKEA projects that you could hack these into. The one I'm going to do with at home is kind of the wide TV bench, the lack.
Yeah.
So the pie lack or whatever. Underneath you see at the moment it's pretty basic. We have the pie up here, and you can get the HDMI out there into a TV or have a monitor mounted here on the back. I've mounted the speaker at the front, and I probably need to get some grills in there. You've got the buttons there and the joystick over there. Stool-cade. And yes, that's £7 stool, which will now be very easily.
Needs a cup holder inside.
Needs a cup holder on that side, and I also need to get the final few kind of buttons in there, because they are
the side buttons, yeah.
they are just plumb there for doing one-player coin, two-player coin, whatever. Ideally, having a two-player setup with another stool would be amazing, and just having the Bluetooth between them or something.
Kind of like a drinks cabinet in this bit.
Yeah.
Oh, beer chiller, that's what you want.
This is a multi-stage
Mini
project, isn't
fridge.
it?
A mini fridge inside it as well for your beer.
In fact, IKEA now do the induction hobs. The little, gotta have one of those fold down and do popcorn on that side.
No.
This looks like it could go way too far. But I've got that hooked up, and then we'll look at how you actually hook up the wires under there, because it's fairly easy choosing what to hook up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But again, the P-IKEA-de hat. The P-IKEA-de hat is just a generic tool. It's a load of inputs that are easy to hook up because they have screw terminals, and again the 3-watt mono amplifier. So in a way, it's a bit like a super speaker. Fat. Here you go. It's all fairly neat. There's lots of room. Look at that. Yeah, get those buttons in the side.
It's quite easy to hide that all with a laser cut panel as well.
Yeah. I found the drilling did go a lot easier when it wasn't in hammer mode. And the hole cutter was, champion.
Oh dear. It's just ever so slightly too big. You said it's 32 mil,
Yeah,
isn't it?
32 mil is too big for our buttons, but a piece of Perspex over the top, laser cut with the right size hole, will make that perfect. And then I can have
hide it
artwork
all.
underneath it.
That's the finishing step, isn't it? Just hide all the rough cut details behind.
You've also got samples of these, which I'm going to use as well, because getting to the SD card can be a bit of a bugger.
Yeah, when you've bolted your pie down
So-
like that, not
Yeah.
easy.
So the pie there, I've just got self-adhesive
Yeah, much stuff
PCB
Sandy
pads.
can juggle.
Yeah.
So these are quite neat actually. So they just
It was people with P-IKEA-de bills were basically asking for these and were buying these because they had trouble getting the SD card out. Because when the pie's mounted, you've got to get your fingers either in there or you've got to remove the pie and pull it out. You've got to use tweezers, and it's not easy. So this basically just extends the SD card slot to somewhere else, where you can just get a sticky back pad and stick it somewhere else.
actually let's just show that because that's quite. We've got.
So somebody's asking, can you mount the joystick so it doesn't have these? A couple of ways you can do that. You can countersink the holes in the top. So if you're familiar and happy with drills, you can get a countersinking bit, which you can just kind of create a cone in the top of the wood, and then if you get flathead screws instead of pan heads, you can recess them flush with the wood. So if you get countersink bit and use countersink screws, M4 size, then you'll have a flush joystick without any of the sticky out bits.
Just screw some self-tapping wood screws in from the back as well.
They could be quite good, but then you'll have sharp heads on the bottom, whereas machine bolts, you just have a nice flat bit that you bolt on.
No nonsense.
And I think the thread distance is a bit better with those for the nuts. Okay,
Yeah, these are quite neat.
Presto extendo.
Yeah.
cool.
Is that spring fit? Yeah, so it's spring
I
fit.
think it comes in spring and non-spring fits.
Right, okay.
I'm not sure. I've got about
Okay.
6 different ones to try
Right.
with cases around them and
Right.
various
Where
different
did they come
twigs.
from?
They were just from AliExpress.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll get hold of them in a significant enough quantity to make them worth selling, and then everyone can have extendo SD cards.
Yeah. So we're going to build on those panel mount sockets we've had hanging around, and have more useful things like these for putting stuff in stuff.
These are incredibly useful for saving that kind of tweezer agony that you get when you're trying to find your way to an SD card.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to have any meaningful impact on the speed or the reliability of them either, but I've still got some testing to do with that.
Yeah.
Just
So we're going to post it again, aren't we?
Oh,
Yeah.
going to do some more
Cool.
audio.
So the last thing you want to talk about,
Oops.
again, it's more speak-fast stuff.
Don't break it. So this is running Volumio or Volumio or Volumio?
Volumio.
Volumio?
Does it make it sound too much like a
Volumio.
hair product?
This is a really nicely polished Pi project. They call themselves the audiophile kind of audio player. The open audiophile music player, that's the one, for the Raspberry Pi.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really nicely polished project, really nicely presented website. They know their stuff, and the interface allows you to configure a whole range of DACs and hats and stuff to work with it, and it's really nice and well put together. And I think it's done the trial by fire, and it's been like a rough around the edges project for a while, and then it's slowly grown into this super polished. I mean, it looks like what do we call it? Like a professional paid project. It's something you'd have to fork out money for, but no, it's open, and you just flash the image and away you go.
Cool.
So I've been tinkering with getting that working with SpeakerFat, which was painful. Actually, getting the audio out is fine, but getting the VU meter to run has been a pain.
And getting the
because
volume to
various
respond.
reasons. And yeah, VU meter and volume at the same time, all those things meshing together has been rather painful. But now it does work.
So it supports, I presume, AirPlay, Bluetooth.
All manner of things, yeah. By default, you can basically
Spotify.
connect to it with your web browser over
Yeah.
Wi-Fi and just tell it to load a radio station, for example, or play music off the SD card, and then you can just control stuff like the volume, which my phone won't let me do because the browser's awful. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume.
Ooh.
Yay! Now I have a functioning VU meter, and that's just that interface on my phone.
Ooh. Web radio. So you're playing Slay Radio?
Slay Radio, yeah.
Yeah.
Just endless Commodore 64 remixes.
Cool.
Really nicely put together. So it's great for when you finish building your radio project, for example,
Yeah.
to make it into something that just works and has a nice UI, and you don't have to worry about that stuff yourself. It's kind of taken care of.
And they have plugins as well, so you can write your own plugins to do.
Interesting to see
whatever you
it's
want.
come up on AirPlay, actually.
There is one that I think handles GPIO buttons as well, so that may come in handy when I
Yeah, I
to-
definitely
come
need to
to
look into
hook
that.
up all
Also need
buttons
to
on the
look
top.
into how to headphones. Right, how do I do this? I've totally. Oh wait, no. Devices available. Ah!
Do there? More devices.
More devices. Oh, there we go. Volumio.
Volumio.
Ooh.
Well,
Go for it.
Can we turn volume back up? Hey.
No, that's just playing.
that sounds fun.
More devices. Volumio. Oh, it's not
Didn't
playing
connect.
ball.
not working.
Not playing
I
ball.
think Apple are playing cat and mouse a bit, aren't they? With the AirPlay clients.
They really are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Not nice.
See if it'll work.
Anyway, yeah.
That's actually luck for me.
I think that's another episode where we've got on an audio kit quite a bit and the installation
I think
kit.
it's because we've been playing with so much audio stuff lately, all the VU meters and the various different hats and fats, which will become revealed soon.
Yeah.
Shiny audio stuff.
Yeah. Shiny new hats and fats coming soon. Yeah. I think Nico and John are working on debugging them right now, aren't they? Hence,
They are.
yeah. John's been kind of sitting there just looking at them going, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
Very
come
good.
up on my one. Unable to connect. Oh well.
Damn you!
Oh well,
We'll debug that.
Possibly some setting,
yeah, we'll work it.
but yeah, it's
Does it come up?
nice.
I wonder if I see it from
Yeah, try Bluetooth. Maybe.
can I cast from an Android phone?
Do, 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 do.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have to,
Devices available.
we have to pick a winner for the
Ooh,
for
yeah.
the Pi-IKEA-de kit as well.
So,
Oh, who's that?
It's me playing the
She-
radio.
Oh,
okay. So we need to pick a winner. You look through the options.
Yeah, I've had a little look. Let me just get them up again.
Yep.
So there were, I think there were only 4 or 5 entries.
I think we had a really late entry, didn't we?
Yeah, I quite liked the late entry one actually. So the one that came in about an hour ago was James West.
Yeah.
And he found some kind of...
Do you want to show on the close-up camera?
Yeah, may as well, yeah. So he found a nice old wooden chest. So I think he's thinking about modding that into some kind
That's
of
very
games
piratical,
thing.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I quite like that one.
Proper pirate arcade.
Arcade.
Let's just find the other ones.
They're all tag Bilge tank, right?
Oh, another late entry.
People remembering to get them in now when we're talking about it.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Alex Smith was planning to use an IKEA dressing table, which did look quite nice.
Yep.
Oh, I can see them on here now.
Phil's got them up on the tab.
Cool. Let's do it properly.
Yeah.
So this is the antelope dressing table.
High chair.
That's the high chair one.
So that would be
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
pie chair. That's great.
Yeah, find the dressing table. That looks quite.
And this is the chest. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And you could actually have the original ROMs stored inside,
Which
I like.
Your game storage. And then
See,
there's
that
this,
one was elegant.
this bizarre vanity thing, which is quite cool actually.
Yeah, I quite like that one.
Yeah.
I like the flip up lid on it. That'd be ideal
It's like
for
the little velour
having a
boxes
display
that
in,
you keep
and
your
you could have
jewellery
it
and
fold
stuff
back
in.
down. Be
Yeah.
quite nice.
If you come up with some mechanism of having the joystick flip up so that the joystick could be there and the buttons could be there as well, so everything's just mechanically whoop, and then that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
I think that could be arranged, couldn't it?
It could. It's just mechanic linkage.
So what
Yep.
do we think? I like James's one, the wooden chest, because that's. Did we specify it had to be IKEA? I can't remember.
Not particularly. No, IKEA's were popular hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. See, it's a nice box, but I do like the flip-up lid one. I think that's to the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either that or the high chair. What do we think?
I think the high chair. I'm not quite sure if the logistics of that, how it would actually work.
There might be a few kind of, wires in babies'
Is it-
legs.
Is it just for kids?
Well, no, you can feed the kid and get the kid to hold up the screen while you play, facing them.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Would that work?
Could work quite nicely with a VR headset.
I
Yeah.
think maybe the dress. Yeah, I think the dressing table's probably the winner.
Yeah.
So Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Yeah.
Get in touch with Paul at Pimmeroni.com with your details, and we'll send you your P-IKEA-de hack kit. So well done there.
I'd be bitterly disappointed if you don't
yeah.
get that table and mod it.
Actually, yeah. Can we give a second prize to Kirby, because his one was really awesome? Did you?
Oh, it's got the thing with the hammer. It's
Yeah,
got the
that
holes
was.
already.
Yeah, that was really.
That's all right, but I really think that
Are they
needs
the
to be
right
turned into
size?
some kind of piano hat type thing.
Yeah, I think we should give him some kind of prize for that.
Well, you
I
just
think,
that makes a sound and you hit it with a hammer.
Yeah, I think he needs to hook the drum hat onto that.
Yeah, send us an email and we'll fix you up with some kind of prize
Yeah.
for that,
Yeah.
Yar.
So yeah,
because that was cool.
Mr. Kirby, get in touch with us, and we'll send you a supplementary prize for doing something else that maybe has a better fit. And we'll see if you can rise to the challenge there and make a good hack.
Today I had the wrong colour shirt and it should have been green.
Really?
Yeah, red, green, blue.
Okay. Yeah, but at the same time, it could be I could have worn a cyan one and you could have worn a magenta one. It's quite close. You got magenta on yours, so maybe I'm the wrong one. Maybe I should have worn cyan.
Could be.
I do actually have a cyan shirt just for such occasions.
We need 4 people though,
Mm.
for cyan, magenta, yellow,
John is always grey, so he's the K. No problem. 1 week. This is how I got my Kallax at home.
and then
Finally, IKEA released, Kallax, they've got the Drona boxes that go in, and they always had cyan, magenta, and black, and grey, but they never had the yellow, and then they released the yellow, and I was like,
Okay.
and it's because I've been eyeing up the mechanical keyboard set, which is kind of mainly grey and black, but then the function keys are CYM, and it was just like blew my mind. As a print geek, it was like, and now I've got it in my IKEA Kallax. So I was over the moon. Oh yeah, the other thing was I've got the first stage of my cyber teeth done on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
What is this?
Can we go in the close-up
thing?
cam?
No.
You could. I think it'd
It's
be
probably,
a bit
it's probably
benefit
not
of
for
everyone out there.
not safe for life for
Yeah.
some people. But
No.
yeah, so now I've actually got. It got to the stage where they've put in the bone in my maxilla. They've put in the screw sockets, the titanium screw sockets, which are kind of flush with that. Then they surround it with bovine bone scaffold, which my bone has to grow around to make them strengthened up. And then the way they put it in is he drills in with increasingly larger drill bits, and then putting the socket in, he puts a small, basically a small one of those in, and kind of goes ratchet
Wow.
like that until it's flush with the position. It's amazing. So now that's the hard bit done. All I need to do now is wait for the bone to grow, and then I get the final fitting,
Yeah.
temporary cap, and then hopefully the titanium teeth.
What do these replace then? Like the rear teeth?
No, the canines. So I'm going to be proper jaws. Proper gangster.
So you can have like for different days of the week, you can have different like
You can have
gold,
CMYK teeth.
When they screw the actual
gold
tooth in,
titanium, like diamonds.
yeah, they cover it up. So I need to go to the dentist, have them uncovered, unscrewed, but then I could have replaceable teeth and just have like gold ones for occasions, vampire ones for Halloween. You know, it's just a trip to the dentist.
LEDs.
Yeah, now getting the power in there, that'd be hard.
Train yourself as a dentist, then you wouldn't need that trick.
Yeah, well, I've got the milling machine now, just so I can think about making my own teeth, but I just need the form and the technical details for the screw thing. Because the thing with having titanium was RFID would probably not work. It's basically a Faraday cage for it. Whereas if I'd had just the normal white ones, could have had an RFID chip in there. Although there is a tinfoil hat brigade that suspects they've been doing this with teeth anyway, implants. Just so that the government
That
can track
seems
you.
unlikely.
It
given
seems
how
more
short
likely.
range RFID is.
Well, no. If you get the right antenna, you can activate them from good 30, 40 metres away. There is good research into this. Anyway, so first exciting bit, 3 months of healing, and then hopefully start getting into the geeky stuff. And if anyone doesn't like dentists and this talk, sorry, yeah.
I find they're always to be okay when you get into the whole thing, but it's just the anticipation of dentistry is like horrifying.
It's almost the injection that I don't like.
Yeah, I found
Yeah,
the whole
you see
process fascinating though, as I like
Yeah.
back there watching from this vantage point all the
Yeah.
stuff that's going on.
It's gone a bit off track, this, isn't it? Really.
Hell, this is what we do. We talk about tinfoil teeth. Anyway, yeah. So there's a mixed bag this week. Hopefully we've inspired you to think about your projects, and hopefully we'll come back with our ideas. Get you thinking
Should
about.
be a Finnish radio next week.
That'd be awesome. Good luck in Finnish radio.
Yeah.
In the meantime, don't forget to like.
Comment.
And subscribe.
All right. See you next week.
Bye.